Hello everyone, Flashback here. Today we're going to be doing something that I've always kind of wondered, so I'm going to test it here. As you know, we have the survival kit, the basic refinery, and the regular refinery that all process stone. What I'm curious about is one, which one processes more stone out of, I'm going to do 1,000 stone in each. And then I also want to know, for iron, if the basic refinery or the regular refinery is better. So, without any further ado, I've got this cargo container here, just a million kilos, or whatever you want to call that, I guess. And all these are currently empty, but turned off. And this is all set to default settings. The only thing I have adjusted is spectator cam, creative tools, and turn progression off. Otherwise, everything here is default. So, I'm going to go ahead and load 3,000 over. Come on. There we go. Then I'm going to put 1,000 in here. Exactly 1,000 in here. And exactly 1,000 in here. You know what? Let's do that. Let's make sure it actually does exactly 1,000. And it did. Perfect. We'll come back to our control seat here. We're going to go to our control panels. And at the same time, we're not actually going to, like, watch it, I suppose. But we are going to... You know what? I'll bet you I have a really good way to do this, actually. I'm going to power down the whole base. We're going to go... Turn you on, turn you on, and turn you on. All three of you should be on. You are. Then what we're going to do, just going to search stone here. It's not actually going to work out the way I wanted, huh? Survival. Alright, so we've got the basic refinery and the industrial refinery over here. Let's turn the large warfare reactor on, see what it comes out as. I just realized I need to set that up to do that. Alright, all said and done. That was 1,000 each. So we got more gravel out of the survival kit. More iron. Interesting. So with stone, the survival kit and the industrial refinery make the same amount, with the basic refinery being the lowest. Very interesting. So now what we're gonna do, now that I know that, let's just get a quick idea of exactly what that was then. We'll do refinery over here, survival kit here. Each one did 14 gravel, 30 iron ingots, 2.4 nickel, and 4 silicon, which is... Wow. Now, obviously, speed-wise, the industrial refinery is going to be so much faster. I don't actually know if that's true. So let's go back to that reactor. Let's turn that off. That is very interesting. Give ourselves, you know what, let's just take all of the stone. We can fit it, why not? Don't even care about you, you're useless for this. Let's put 5,000 in here, right? Make sure production is on that, perfect. And let's put 5,000 in you. Let's take all the stuff out of these two, just to make it easier to tell in case there's like small pieces here and there. So now we'll go here, get our inventory set up. So there we go. 5K in each, 5K in each. Let's go back to our large warfare reactor. Turn it on. Speed-wise, industrial refinery is probably looks to be about 3 times as fast. Yeah, even more than that. We'll let that run for a minute. Just see where it comes out at. Alright, I let it finish. Came out to the exact same amount all the way across. That is very good to know. So, when you're processing stone, if you, for the same amount, the survival kit is the best. Don't go basic refinery until you have ores. Which then begs a question. Let's go ahead and pull everything out of here. Between the industrial refinery and the basic refinery. Hello? Come on. What is better there? So we'll shift 10. Let's go iron. Just because it's a very basic one, it'll be one of the first things you do, either iron or cobalt. We'll go iron for this one. Caleb, I. There we are. Oh. I should probably do that correctly, huh? Iron, come back iron. I'm gonna do 5,000 in each again. Obviously, the basic refinery is gonna be a lot slower. But that isn't what we're trying to answer here. What we're trying to answer here is turn that off real quick. Turn off the reactor. What we're trying to answer is when you get into ores, what gets you more. And then I think we'll do a separate video of efficiency depending on how this turns out. So those are both set up. Industrial refinery and then basic refinery, 5,000 each. We'll go to the reactor, turn it on, see how this works out. So the industrial refinery, again, is a lot faster. The basic refinery is taking a long time. So we'll come back when they are both done, and we'll go from there, see what things are looking like. And we are back. And not with the answer I was hoping for. So for 5,000 iron ore, then the regular refinery gets you 3,500 iron. The basic refinery gets you 2.45 thousand iron. Which means wow. So the basic refinery is, for all intents and purposes, completely useless for iron, nickel, and silicon. The only thing it helps you with early game is cobalt. I was going to do this whole thing where if this came out perfectly even, power-wise, how much more it would take for that to make sense, but it doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. Even though this takes less power. 330 kilowatts is not that much less in the grand scheme of things than 560 kilowatts. To match the speed of one regular refinery, you would need 3 basic refineries, so even speed-wise it doesn't make sense. Not to mention, you could add speed modules. One speed module almost brings you down to what the basic refinery does for I mean, not speed, power efficiency. Almost brings you down to what this does. That is very irritating. Because there used to be a time, back in the day, when the basic refinery was called an arc furnace. And it was more efficient than the regular refinery at things like iron. and nickel and silicon, but not stone. So once you have access to the grids to make... These take grids, right? Yeah, once you have access to the grids to make the full-fledged refinery, you only need, what, 20? That's not many at all. So you only need this for, like, one run of cobalt. Everything else, you're better off with a survival kit. It will take longer in the survival kit. You know what? Let's test that, just to make sure. Let's power down the reactor while we're thinking about it. Let's test this. Let's put 1,000 stone in there. Let's take you out. Put 1,000 stone in you. Survival kit we're going to put on the left. Basic refiner we're going to put on the right. Let's kick that reactor on. It is not that much faster. And honestly, in almost the same amount of time, you got almost the same amount of iron. Wow. So the basic refinery's only purpose is cobalt. Do not use the basic refinery for anything besides cobalt. And then once you have a regular refinery, get rid of the basic refinery. It is useless to you once you have cobalt. Or once you have a big refinery. Never put stone in here. Stay with the survival kit for stone until you get to the regular refinery. That is not what I expected at all. Wow. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I think next time what we might do is we might do a power draw comparison with refineries. See what kind of difference you can make. Whether or not it makes more sense to have multiple refineries on power efficiency or multiple refineries on speed. Speed and yield, or power efficiency and speed. Or power efficiency and yield. Obviously, it's going to come down to what you like. That might just be it. It might not even be a video. But thanks so much for watching. If there's anything else that you want tested, I would love to do some testing in here, because that was not what I expected. When it was the arc furnace, it had a purpose. Besides cobalt, there's no reason to keep a basic refinery around. Thank you so very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Till then, as always, take it easy.